Good morning. My name is Randy Zonker, and I'm the Towable Factory Service Manager here at Jayco. With me is John Nikas and Nick Godfrey. Today we're going to be demonstrating how to replace one piece of metal in the sidewall of a trailer.
Okay, and you want to change this piece of metal here. You don't have to start from the bottom and taking the wrap off this piece, and this piece, and then this piece. We're going to try and show you how to take this piece off by itself. It'll save you a lot of time. So the first method we're going to show you, there's two different methods we're going to use. The first method we're going to show you is with this handy dandy stick that we have here. And we're going to pull the undamaged piece of metal out of the S-lock of the damaged piece of metal. You can see the end of the stick is beveled so that it can slide into the metal backside without hitting the studs. And you also notice that it's also thicker one way than the other way. So when we get it in, we're going to twist it and help us pop that metal out. So go ahead and slide that in there, Nick. It goes right in there. There we go. It's a little stiff. This is actually almost a 12-foot piece of metal that we're changing here. Okay, Nick's going to go down at the other end. You ready? Yep. We're going to turn it, pop it out. Just like that. And we're going to get our stick out. There's our damaged piece of metal. Next thing we got to do is make sure our staples aren't sticking up. The way I do this is usually with a hammer. Beat them in, or you could take your... The second method that we're going to show you today on how to remove this metal is we're going to take a very sharp, make sure you got a new blade in here, just a regular old Stanley knife, and we're going to score pretty close to the S-lock down in this area. It doesn't really matter. And then we'll start it, and then we'll show you how you can peel that open just like a sardine can. So let's take our knife, start right here on the edge, and we're going to score it. Like I said, this piece of metal is about 12 foot long. We'll go back here then and get our tin snips, and with the tin snips, it's just to start to put it right on like this. Pretty much it'll break right along that line where we scored it. Be careful not to cut yourself. There you go, Nick. And then again, pull this, take your hammer and your handle and pull the staples again. Then you have a little piece left with that S-lock on there. Again, go back through and get rid of your staples. Next step that we're going to do would be getting our new piece of metal and sticking it up into the S-lock. When you do this, bear in mind that you need to leave from 1/16 to 1/8 of an inch into this S-lock. That allows for expansion when it gets hot out, and that way the metal will expand and not pop off. Okay. So what we're using on this particular staple gun is it's called an end stapler, end size staples, and these staples happen to be 3/4 of an inch. And I always put 2 staples in each stud to ensure that the metal doesn't pop off the stud. Okay, we're good here. I'm going to drop that just a little bit for expansion. A couple staples there. How's your end looking, Nick?
It's straight.
I'm checking here to see, so I've got good, there'll be a good 1/8 inch gap here when I get this put up in there, because you can see the top of the S-lock goes clear up to that line there, and I'm right there. So that's good.
You're under my hand.
This looks good too. Now this next step is where teamwork really comes in handy. You want to do that?
Yeah, either way.
And the guy right here will be bending it back with his hand.
Without kinking it.
And Nick will be sliding that in there in one smooth, easy motion. You want to get it that way because if you stop too many times here and it catches, you'll see little marks on here. But so this guy will get the curving started. And another way that you can do this actually is to stick that stick back behind there and curve it over the top of that stick. As you can see there, that metal's popped in there. I want to show you a little neat trick here that I use when I'm cutting something like this. I'm just going to score that with a knife. Take my tin snips, cut up through the S-lock, rip it off. That piece of metal has changed. This time we're going to put this board back in here, and it's going to make a little hump in the metal so that we can curl it a little bit easier. And when we do that, we have to pull it back out. So that, and then simply pull the board back out. And that's that.